Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, they can hear you.
I'm Olatunde David, and with me is Abigail Ekot. Today we are going to be sharing something interesting, and I will indulge us possibly to just listen to the end and possibly patiently listen to us. I will believe that by the end of the section this evening, everyone will be able to gain one or two things, at least to better our learning position, make us better come what may.
Sorry, Olatunde, can you remove your earpiece and talk straight to the computer?
All right, can you hear me now, sir?
Very clear, very clear.
Okay, so like I was saying, I'm Olatunde David by name, and I'm having my partner with me, Abigail Ekot. We are both Teach for Nigeria Fellows, and we are also black belters with 1 million teachers. And I remembered, I think we graduated into the black belter phase last year, so to speak. But our graduation was, I think we did it this year in Lagos. This evening, we are going to be sharing our experience in the past 10 months, so to say. And we believe we are still growing. Like I said, I prefer that everyone listen attentively. We believe we are going to gain one or two things at the end of today's section. Digital learning deficiency in underserved community. Precisely speaking, it is not only on the underserved community that digital learning, that the deficiency in digital learning is found. We have quite a number of other communities, so to say, but then we are focusing on the underserved community this evening. But quickly, please, on the chat box, can we just have this on the chat box? An icebreaker, can you live without your smartphone in 24 hours? Can you live without your smartphone in 24 hours? On the chat box, yes or no? Okay, I have one no. Oladipupo Kayode, no. Kadijat Folake, no, I can't. Oh, someone said yes. Oh, Yepeju, no. Chidima, yes. Quickly. Can we have more? We have been about 55 to 45% now. 55 said no, 45 said yes. Do you have any other individual? Wow, I like that emphasis. Yes, I can. So for now, we are having 55 to 45. 55 said no, 45% said yes. Okay, quickly then. That's impossible. Wow, that's really wonderful. So it is 60 to 40 now. That's impossible. So yes, imagine we say that we can possibly not make use of, we can't do without our cell phone, without our smartphone in 24 hours. But come to think of it, there are quite a number of people that, yes, they can live without their smartphone. Others cannot live without their smartphone. Invariably speaking, I cannot do without my smartphone in 5 hours. 24 hours is too long for me. In 5 hours, I can't do without my smartphone. And don't blame me, it's just the way in which I've structured my life with the internet. So simply speak, it means that all part of, let's say, our endeavors in life, our ways of doing things has been influenced by technology. Whether we like it in the next decade, we like it or not, there is invariably nothing we would be possible to do that technology wouldn't have influenced. So I'm now imagining it is because you know the importance of this smartphone, the importance of technology. That is why you cannot do without it in 24 hours. But then there are some communities, there are some individuals that they've not even seen this technology. Some of them don't even know what it takes. Imagine you being in a class of about 72 learners, and then a teacher is in front of them. He was to teach them Microsoft Word. He was to teach them Microsoft Word, and then he said Microsoft Word is a person, quote and can we all mute? I'm having some background noise.
Sorry, I'll mute them.
Please mute everybody.
Majority of
Kindly continue.
All right, so imagine you being in a class of 72 learners. I've been in a class of 72 learners, and a teacher was to teach Microsoft Word. And the teacher said Microsoft Word is a person, quote and unquote, and that without Microsoft Word, without contacting Microsoft Word, all the systems, all the computer gadgets in this world cannot work. Imagine you asking a 14-year-old learner to possibly aid you with your system, your laptop on your desk, and for about 5 minutes you were watching the individual, you're watching the learner, and he was busy looking for the laptop on the desk. It is as worse as this. These are many more situations, real life situations, where what actually led to Project Digisort. So our findings actually makes us understand the fact that out of about 590 learners, because we realize that this menace is not just within our community, it's not just within us, the schools located around us. So we have to go as far as we have to go extra mile into some other communities, even another local governments. We realize that out of about 590 learners that we conducted a survey with, about 270 of them, they have not seen, not to even talk of touching the computer. It's as worse as that. 270 learners, they don't know what a computer is. They've not touched it. We're talking about the set of people that are right inside the nooks and the crannies. So it's one thing to actually help those ones within the city, but it's another thing. It's a different ball game when you go into the deep of the deep. We call ourselves people in deep places. And so we also get to realize that about 183 learners, yes, they've seen, but they cannot operate a computer. Some of them don't even know how to power it on. About 137 of them, yes, they've seen they can power it on. They can power it on, but then they cannot easily operate it without being aided. It's a very serious problem, because we know in the decade, this one will be eliminated from the entire world, since the world is going digital. And that was what actually brought up Digisort. Our intervention, we know that we might not be able to reach out these thousands of learners. So we have to really, really think deep. How do we help these ones? How do we, in what area can we focus our energy on to ensure that these ones get digitalized to help them? So we realize that meeting with one learner, meeting with a kid at a time is going to be stressful. We decide to reach out to the teachers, because we know that this problem is going to be even more worsened as a result of the fact that the teachers themselves don't have enough experience. They don't have enough skills, ICT skills, that is needed to for them to even bring about a very good learning environment within the classroom and even outside the classroom. So it means that within and outside the classroom, these ones cannot bring in digital, this one cannot bring in technology to aid themselves. And that was what led into our intervention, whereby we have what we call the Project Digisort. So our intervention, we came up with an intervention, and it is that intervention we actually want to share with everyone, believing that from this end, all of us can take it up one way or the other. We can find more better ways by which we can also do one or two things to aid these ones. Over to you, Abigail.
Thank you, David.
This problem identified that which David has enumerated about is what gave birth to the project tagged DigiSort. DigiSort is
Sorry,
a digital
Abigail.
intervention program.
Sorry, Abigail. Are you using? Are you connecting your? Did you connect your laptop to a speaker?
No.
Okay, it's echoing a bit. Okay, continue.
Can you hear me now clearly?
Yes, yes, yes.
So like I said the problem identified, which David enumerated earlier, gave birth to the project idea, DigiSort. DigiSort is a digital intervention program, which is aimed at establishing digital hubs in undeserved community. Our main target is 3 different communities entirely, and that's Odoshelu, Erunwon, and Odokotu. This intervention program is aimed at training teachers and equipping them with the basic skills. The program is slated into 2 different phases. And the phase 1 aspect of it, teachers will be equipped with basic computer skills on Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. They should also be able to use interactive tools and audiovisual delivery of instructional materials. It will also aid teachers to be able to make effective research when it comes to their lesson planning and lesson delivery. And the phase 2 aspect of it too as well, we'll be relating with government officials to see how they could help us raise funds to sustain this project. We'll also work in line with other digital and educational inclined organizations like DSN, 1 Million Teachers, EduSort, and a host of others too. These ones we should be able to provide us with scholarship plans that will assist both the teachers and pupils in different primary and secondary school, most especially in these undeserved communities. And our learners, these learners that have undergone training by the teachers who are already trained, should also stand a chance in competing when it comes to ICT-related tasks, and then to check if they are efficient in respect to what the teachers have trained them upon. Aside that, executing this intervention program isn't an easy feat, because I remember when we drafted our proposal on checking the financial plan for the 3 communities, we're running over 2.7 million. And although we related with lots of stakeholders, but we got lots of rejections. But in spite of that, I would like to share with you how far we've gone in respect to the implementation of this project. Can you please share the next slide? All right. As you can see from the slide on your screen, we have very pictures of one of the hub at Odoshelu community successfully completed. It was launched on October 19. This hub will be used for several trainings, and about 8 communities will be directly benefiting from this hub. Thus far, 56 teachers have been trained. 5 schools have directly been impacted. We have about 228 learners that will be indirectly impacted by the completed hub at Odoshelu. And as well as 212 teachers have also benefited from training sections held in other schools and local government areas. We also have 482 learners who have also benefited from the training sections held in other schools by their already trained teachers. And one more thing to add to that, aside from the completed hub, we're also working on another hub in our host community, and that's Erunwon. It's undergoing completion at the moment. And this hub will be directly benefiting 5 different communities. 62 teachers too will be directly impacted, 5 other schools as well, and over 310 learners too will be directly impacted by the completion of this hub in due time. Then, what's our achievements thus far? The next slide will also shed more light on this. David, can you help us share the next slide? So what's our outcome thus far? In just this one state, Ogun State, where we are, 2 different local governments have benefited. That's Ijebu Northeast and Ijebu East. We've been able to cover over 18 public and private schools in Ogun State. Over 200 teachers have benefited directly from the training held, which covered Microsoft Word, typing skills using Mavis Beacon, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint presentation, effective use of the internet, and a host of other things they had learned. This will help teachers stand in a proper place to inculcate this knowledge gain to learners. And to top it up too, DigiSort have also worked hand in hand with 1 million teachers. Remember I said earlier on that they were the ones who came to our aid to assist us to ensure that we have this hub sited at Odoshelu. And in partnership with them, they've offered us scholarship to cover every teacher who will be interested to undergo the 1 million teachers training. And we know what that implies, that 1 million teachers training program are for teachers, lots of skills. It will help them become better teacher leaders, change agents in their varied communities. And they're not just becoming better teacher leaders, they will also be recognized, since 1 million teachers is connected with in partnership with Queen's University in Canada. And as such, with this opportunity offered by 1 million teachers, we look forward to reaching out to more other teachers in varied public, primary, secondary, and private schools, so that this ones too could benefit from the program. Aside from just getting the ICT knowledge skills, they will also be equipped professionally. Over to you, David.
Yeah, thank you very much, Abigail. Just like she said, one of the things that is unique about DigiSort is the part that in Odoshelu, in the hub started in Odoshelu, we aren't just making use of that hub just for the host school. The host school is not the only school that will be making use of that hub, but 4 other different schools will be making use of the hub. So it is such that we have sectioned in a timetable such that the teachers that have been trained in all these schools will be able to bring in their learners, most especially the learners between primary 3 down to 6, because we believe that these ones are old enough to be able to have to gain this knowledge. If you look at the picture of the hub very well, we actually have a section whereby those ones within primary 3, 4 can sit comfortably. Those ones in the higher classes too can sit comfortably. And at the same time, we also have a space for about 2 spaces where we can have the instructors get seated on their own, where we'll be able to train these ones. And now, knowing fully sure that it is not easy to get fun, that's the truth of citing and hub. We plan on citing as many as possible. We believe maybe after a while we are going to get there, but then we have to start a step at a time. So it is one step at a time for us. But then we know that we can also make a lemonade out of our lemon. So there are times in which we have to go with some of these systems, some of these computer systems, gadgets, to other schools. That was where, if you look at the other, if you are okay, in this slide, you could see that we have different sections, we have different locations. It is such that some trainings were actually done in the hub that has been constructed, while some we have to go to other different schools outside our local government, outside our community, far away. I think it can bear us witness that, yes, it can bear us witness of the fact that where we actually went to was quite far away. But then the joy we had is the fact that we can bring this thing even into the nooks and crannies, and that these ones can get to know what it takes. These ones can not just hear about 1 million teachers, but then I think we are just more or less starting. Because if these ones do not have the knowledge of, let's say, Microsoft Word and the likes, if they don't know how to operate their phone, if they don't know how to operate their computer, then how would they be able to take courses on the 1 million teachers? So why we stop at that end then we try to move them onto the platform, because we know that not just the Microsoft Word or whatever we've taught them will be enough. Yes, it's just the starting end. Getting to know these pedagogies, these skills of the 1 million teachers training platform is a very, very, very crucial thing for us. And for that, we are very, very grateful to 1 million teachers. Yes, monitoring and evaluation for us is a very, very, very important thing. And I must say, the fact that I was unable to quickly get monitoring, we were unable to ascertain how we're going to monitor it and then sustain it. That was the major reason why we didn't even start from my own community. That was why the first up was never cited right in my own community, not until now, because we reasoned far ahead that whatever that is not going to be well monitored, whatever that is not going to be well sustained, then there's no need to start at first. So as far we divided our monitoring and evaluation phase into 3. 1 is ongoing, while 2 will be within 3 and 6 months after the project implementation. At the moment, we are starting with the teachers because we know they are the ones that are direct beneficiaries. They are the ones that we are training at the moment. So we're having having done with Odoshelu for a while, we had an intensive 3 weeks practical examination such that this one will be able to demonstrate to us that which they have been taught. We want to know, we want to evaluate the level of the knowledge retention and how they can now invariably transfer this knowledge into the learners. It is important for us to know that they've been able to gain minimum 60 to 80% of whatever have been learned practically, not that you just come and tell us, okay, this is how it's done. Practicalize this thing in our presence. And the picture there on the slide is just the number of teachers that are just within the whole school. These are not the number of teachers that were trained, but we wanted something unique during the commissioning. So we came up with this crested vest, so to say, such that these are just the number of teachers within the whole school. Other teachers that were trained will join them. And these are the ones that were able to tell us and that were able to practically give to us that, okay, what we have been doing thus far, they've been able to learn this thing. And I think we have just an estimated level of 65%. We believe that when we go for our baseline and our endline survey, they will have been able to get even much more better. So on the learner's perspective, we are going to be distributing a survey, and that's about after 3 months, let's say around February, March, we are going to be having a survey distributed so that we can be able to know that, okay, why these ones were unable to know anything or much about technology, so to speak. Now, after these 3 months, have these teachers been able to transfer this knowledge respectfully to them? We know that the teachers alone cannot do it as well as the learners, and that's why we are moving to the third aspect, which is the parents. We are going to call for a parent-teachers meeting such that this will come up in the next 6 months. So this implementation, this project, this intervention of ours is not just what we do now, and at the end of, let's say, maybe 1 or 2 months, we'll leave it by. So no, it's something we want to build on continuously and see that it scale up higher. I think the next thing we have been, because of our time, is the challenges and solutions that we were able to create. Yes, there were a lot of challenges. Sincerely speaking, there were a lot. I think Mr. Arize can bear us witness. Even on the day of commissioning, there were certain things we had to go through, but then we came out victorious, and we thank God for that. So few of the challenges we had was, 1, the community rift, the change in leadership of those schools, community instability, shortage of fund, insecurity. These challenges, we had to tackle it one after the other. Our aim at first was that we are going to be having just a very, very big hub cited for the 3 communities Abigail had mentioned earlier. But we later realized that there are serious rifts, a very serious one among these ones. So in fact, if we even get to realize that the only thing that more or less that they share in common was just the burial ground. It was as tough as that. But so we knew that the only way we could penetrate into these ones was to interact with them as a unit, as an entity, so to speak. So we had to design something else. That's why we're having about 10, I think in the Doshelu, we're having 10 laptops, we're having a desktop, we're having a photocopier there. It was our plan at first was that we're going to have something big where the 3 communities will come by, but then we realized it's not going to work. So that's why we are now working with the 3 communities. We are done with Todeshelu. We are moving down to Iruwa, and we are trusting, we believe that as we grow, as we progress, we'll be able to reach out to other communities. Why for other local governments, we just go for teachers training sections. And if and only if we are able to get more better funds, and even if the teachers can work hand in hand with us, then we will be able to construct up in those local other communities too. With respect to the change in leadership of the whole school, it wasn't that much of a problem, because having had a very standard stakeholder engagement right from onset, the only thing we just had to do was to call for a teacher, a staff meeting, so to say, and then we were able to intimate the new head of school about the goals, the vision of Digisort. And then economic instability really affected us, but we thank God for the fact that we were able to get those things that really fluctuate with dollar, naira, whatever. So especially with the systems, laptop, getting the laptop was a bit, yes, it was a bit strenuous, but we thank God we were able to move through that phase, because we were really watching the economic instability of our dear country. Insecurity on our end was a very top notch for us. We had to go as far as reaching out to the Oba, the king of the community, such that they will be able to get us. They hired to that, as I speak, the community has been able to hire to that will constantly patrol that side, especially in the night, so that we know that this is Africa, this is Nigeria. We can't just leave anything no stone unturned. So this one's watch it over the night and the day. But very importantly is the fact that we know that every material, at times, some of these things, I think there was a time, during a major challenge we had, there was a time in which we ran out of funds. And I think we posted a video on Facebook, if Abigail can remember, where we invariably became the tiler. We were the ones tiling the hub. It was off then. But because of the stakeholder engagement that we really had, because it was deeply rooted then, I think the community, yes, the community aided us. We were also able to get some ties. 1 million teachers also aided us, and the rest is history today. But it's not just an history, but it's a successful one. So yes, we had quite a number of challenges, but then one after the other, as they come, we get them sorted. We get them sorted out. One other challenges we had was, even after we were done with the hall, it was a real blow on us. I think the roof of the hall fell a bit down, but sincerely, it was because we had a very good stakeholder engagement. We had a very good relationship with our stakeholders. We let them understand the fact that whether they like it or not, this thing is for them, it's for the community. We are looking forward to getting the community digitalized, not just their children, even they themselves, because we know when the children get it right, it's very easy to penetrate the parents. So it was the school and the PTA, so to speak, that actually came to our aid, and then they restructured it for us. So these are just few of the challenges we had, and we're able to provide some of the solutions that have been highlighted there. And Abigail, can you help us with the next one?
Okay, thank you, David. It is one thing to get a project implemented. It's another thing to ensure its continuity. So I'll be talking about the sustainability plan. To ensure the sustainability of this project, we've worked hand in hand with official stakeholders like the Education Secretary, zonal education officers from both Ijebu East and Ijebu Northeast, to ensure that once in 3 months, there is always a structured report. That structured report will come from the head of school of the host community. In addition to that, too, as well, we also work hand in hand with community leaders, such as the ballet, the king of the community, to ensure that this hub sited is fully secured and to cover any cost of maintenance. And so this ones will look towards getting funds to pay security guards that will mount the hub from time to time, and to ensure that if there's any of the systems faulty, they ensure that this systems is properly fixed for future use. In addition to that too as well, this hub sited in the community is the first of its kind, and so it will be used as a mini cafe for registration, printing, photocopies, and the likes. And so we've worked alongside with the head of school, and they've made arrangements to get a cafe attendant who will always be at the hub to manage activities in the hub. In addition to that, we'll be working alongside with incoming fellows just as us, since at NYS Labs, it's just the duration of 2 years. So even if we are leaving the fellowship, we'll still be having connections with the incoming fellows to ensure that this hub is duly used, learners make use of it, and these learners are duly trained by their teachers.
Thank you, Abigail. So what next for us is a big thing. We understand the part that starting is good, but consistency is what matters most. Sincerely speaking, it's not as though we have everything ironed out. No, not at all. But then our aim for now is scalability. Presently, the entire team is having training sections with teachers in Ijebu Ife. That's in Ijebu Northeast, Ijebu East local government of Ogun State. And I know that as I speak with you, we are also going to be having another engagement cut across some other local governments within Ogun State. I think we just signed that, we just had that agreement while we were in Ijebu Ife. So what am I saying is that gradually we are seeing Digisort moved into higher phase. Gradually we are getting to realize that
Is he having a network issue, Abigail? Abigail, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me, Abigail? Can you hear me? Kindly unmute, David. We cannot hear you, David. Unmute.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, we can hear you.
I think I lost my connection then. So like I was saying, our plan is to partner with as many as possible number of NGOs. Once we get Digisort definitely registered, and not just registering, not just partnering with these ones, we are partnering with them for two basic reasons. Number one is the fact that most of these ones have gone ahead of us. So we want to learn alongside. Even though we want to help the teachers, we want to help as many as possible number of learners, ourselves, we need to do it in a structured manner. So partnering with 1 Million Teacher, partnering with DSL, partnering with Medusort, partnering with TFN and online, partnering with as many as possible. We are looking at the exact organizations whose goals actually align with us. such that we are not just after maybe funds, not just after maybe names, not just after partnership alone. We want a situation whereby this organization will be able to learn from them, such that we'll be able to know how to deliver well to the ones that we are actually sent to. And secondly, we're also partnering with them such that we also may be able to dispense our own quota with respect to them. We believe that it's a give-in, give-out situation, such that while they opt us, we also will be able to contribute our own quota. Like we're having now, such our relationship, our partnership with 1 Million Teacher is such that having been a black belt already, we are members of 1 Million Teacher. We go down and our goal tallies with them. Then it means that while we train these ones on this normal or these book skills, then we find a way of bringing them onto the 1 Million Teacher platform, because the 1 Million Teacher platform really aided our own self. It made us a better teacher. So while we aid them in the area of ICT, then in the area of some other skills and pedagogies, they can be able to get it from 1 Million Teachers and every other organization that we might partner with. I remember, okay, our partnership with DSN is such that they were able to aid us with as many as possible facilitators. And then I think we are trying to work on, the last time we had meeting with them, we are trying to work on a sense of certification for these teachers. We want a situation whereby after learning 1 or 2 things about these computer skills, then they should be able to get certified, having proven themselves, not that they just give them the certificate, having proven themselves practically speaking, practical wise. So for us, the scalability is going higher per time, and we know that as we grow, like I said, it's always a step at a time for us. So thank you very much, ma'am. Considering our time, I don't know, we plan on just having that 40 to 45 minutes, ma'am. Okay. I don't know whether we have any questions. Anyone with any questions?
Thank you very much, Olatunde David and Abigail Ekot, for the fantastic delivery. I believe all of us in attendance today have learned a lot. And just like Olatunde said, we will be entertaining questions. So make sure we manage our time and close on time. And please feel free to ask questions, because all of us are here to learn. Well done, David. You can unmute yourself and ask questions. Or raise up your hand, I can call you. Can I ask my own question, Olatunde? Can I ask question?
Yes, sir. You can go on, sir.
Yes. So far, I remember I was opportune to be there for the flag off of the DigiSort hub. Presently now, how many teachers do you have at the hub? And what are your prospects before the end of the year?
Now, at the moment, like we said in that slide, at the moment we would have been able to train 56 teachers just within Odoshelu community. In that school, we're having about 12 of them in the old school, and we're having 4 other different private schools where when they came in, then they came in to be trained. So we've trained a total of 56 teachers in that community. And those teachers are the ones that will be able to transfer this knowledge into the learners. Because the community is not that wide, and it's not as though it is not wide, but then because we were unable to go into the other deep parts, just like I think you saw how deep Odoshelu was, but Odoshelu is still like a mini, should I call it town or village now? So it's like still a mini village. It's still much more better comparing to when we go down deep into the nooks and crannies of that place. So at the moment, we have trained 56 teachers. We are looking forward to all these teachers relating with other teachers. So at the moment, the head teacher of that school is trying to relate with other teachers in the nooks, I mean, right in the deep places, so that there are times in which they can either we go to them with the system, or they invariably come down to the hub and get trained as time goes on. So that's the level in which we are at the moment.
What if, thank you very much. What if there are teachers that are not in Odoshelu, but they are within Ijebu-Ode area or Ogun State entirely, and they are willing to come to the hub? Will you welcome them? And also, if they are not willing to come to the hub, will you also give them access to whatever you are doing with 1 million teachers or stuff?
So like you saw in the last, in some of the slides that we shared, especially the one that dealt with, I think, thus far, already we have been able to carry some of these systems and some other systems with us to train teachers outside Odoshelu. In fact, outside Ijebu Northeast. We have moved as far as going to Ijebu East. At the moment, we are in Ijebu East. Ijebu Ife is presently is located in the Ijebu East local government. So for other teachers that are not within the nooks and crannies of that community, who cannot directly have their kids or their learners benefit from the hub, we've been able to move the systems down to their side to have them trained. At the moment, about 56 learners, about 56 teachers plus have been trained in Ijebu Ife, in Christ Anglican School in Ijebu Ife. By Monday, we are moving to St. Louis, again in another school in Ijebu Ife, totally out of the community. It's in another local government. Before the end of this November, we'll be moving outside Ijebu East to other local governments. And I think while we're having our training section some few days back, that should be on Tuesday, while we're having our training section, these teachers were even asking us if we can partner with any other NGOs that can get them these digital gadgets, and they possibly refund or pay back in bits. It's a big deal for us if we can have any NGO that can more or less do that for us, get them the gadget, they pay by bits, such that after we are done with the training, they can be able to move very well onto the 1 million teachers platform. Because if they don't have what it takes to do that, then it will not be really, really good on our part. First, while we train them, the knowledge will not be retained, because if they cannot practicalize it using their own gadgets, then it's as though we are just throwing water into the basket. So we are looking at, it's one thing for us now, we are looking at a way of partnering with another NGO that can more or less help them to get these gadgets while they pay back in bits. So yes, we have been able to move from Odoshelu right into other communities, right into other local governments. And for those ones that cannot be able to directly get impacted by the hub that has been constructed. And the one that is still undergoing construction, even at Iruwan, we are having about 5 other schools, 5 other communities that are also going to match to get to make use of that hub.
Thank you. I think some people are asking questions from the chat. Maybe you can check and unmute yourself.
Yes, I can see a question there, sir. Is it only meant for Ogun State? Abigail, can you help us with that?
Well, for now, I would say yes, but we hope to extend it beyond Ogun State, because we are not just seeing this as just a small we are looking at it. So gradually, we are going to get health capabilities to cover all other states in due time.
And for me to chip in more, of course, black belters, your learning doesn't stop, and also you motivate others to get to the same stage just like you. And the question about, is it only Ogun State? No, 1 million teachers is in every state, in more than 17 countries in Nigeria presently, including Pakistan. So it will not be out of place if you extend your hands to another people that are interested, no matter where the person is. So if people reach out to you, Olatunde, that they want to join 1 million teachers, seeing what you are doing with DigiSort and 1 million teachers. I don't think it's a good thing for you to tell the person because you are not in a good state or Doshelu that we don't want you. I don't know whether you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I actually understand you. I think that was yesterday. Yes, we were in Ijebu and a particular teacher, having seen the branded shirt, 1 million teacher, he was more or less asking us, which one is 1 million teacher again? He said you are TFN, this and that. So we had to explain ourselves. Most times when we were done, I think we'll be done with Christ Anglican School exactly on Monday. We've been introducing 1 million teachers to them, such that we might be able to register as many as possible interested number of individuals on that same platform that you have created. So aside that, some individuals are reaching out to us from Lagos State, so to speak, although they said they are a bit boxed up for now. So we are not, what I'm trying to say is, we are not limiting this thing to Ogun State, because 1 million teacher is quite bigger than Ogun State. Just like we said, it's represented in several countries within Africa and outside the shores of Africa. So as we progress,
why have I not received list of teachers? Just like we discussed.
Just like I said, we're having reached out to Mama Labu. She's the one that is more or less collecting that now at the moment. So she's a kind of person in which she wants to get it done that way, so that, I don't know, I think she's also planning on having some gadgets for those teachers. You know, it is right inside the nooks and planning. It's right inside the nooks of Odoshelu. So she's also trying to get some of these gadgets for these teachers, and that's what is delaying it at the moment.
You can establish a DigiSort hub in her school if she can understand. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what we are trying to say is we can have a hub in our school.
Sure, if she meets all the requirements, and you can manage them from there.
Okay. Wow, I really didn't think towards that end, because I know establishing another hub in that will also cost us some financial fortunes. But just like you said,
that's why I say if it's something that you can do, and we talk about it, it's possible, because if she can remember 1 million teacher black belt program, if they can give out 20 teachers, you know what it means.
If they can give us how many teachers, sir?
If they can give out 20 teachers, automatically they're already an anchor school,
Okay.
Considering other factors. I can share some document with you for your understanding, right?
I would love to see those documents.
It will make your work more easier and able to spread your tentacles,
Okay.
In absence of that, I don't know if other people, yeah. You said what?
I said I would love to see those files. Those files you want to share with me.
Yes. In absence of that, thank you. Are there other people that want to make some contributions? Because we are gradually getting to the end of today's session, and in the next 5 minutes, I believe all of us will call it a day.
Sorry, sir. I think I saw a particular question or an advice on the chat box. Someone said, Priscilla said, can we, good evening everyone, can we hear some success stories from the learners, the students? Yes, we are going to hear that. We're having a video section, we are planning a video section of that, such that we are going to be able to have some success stories shared by the learners, shared by the teachers for the impact level thus far. So that is coming on the way. Of course, we definitely share that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Even you could have shared some video today. That's on a lighter note, yeah. We thank you, everybody. In absence of that, do we have more questions? If not, thank you very much once again, Olatunde and Abigail Ekot, for the great work you are doing down there in Odoshelu, and you are doing tremendously well, motivating people in the local communities, digitizing them. Honestly, that day I was there present, and I saw how the area is not compared to what a 21st century teacher should be experiencing. And I say you are doing great work, you and Abigail, and continue in the good work. but most importantly, see ways to spread your tentacles and help others to tap into the same thing you are doing. And with that, you see, when 2 or 3 teachers are motivated, another 2 or 3 learn from those 3 and they are motivated, we have 6. Before you know it, the whole Odoshelu down to the whole Ijebu, down to Ijebibo, down to whole Ogun State, and it keeps spreading. And that is why today 1 million teachers, how it started, and today we are in more than 17 countries. So I say keep the good work. And in absence of that, I say may everybody have a great day. And thank you for today's session. While we welcome all of you by next Thursday. Thank you very much, Maradun, Jabi, Hanatu Jabi Maradun. I think I met you at Zamfara when we came for some program over there. Thank you very much. And I wish everybody a very lovely evening.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you too, and lovely evening to you, sir.
To Mr. Rinze.
Thank you, Victoria. Hannah, to her, the people of Maradun. I can't hear you.
We are fine, sir. We are doing fine.
Hope you are doing tremendously well over there.
We are doing so, sir.
Thank you very much. Docus, thank you very much.
You are welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
Have a lovely